I'm here to go over Unit 2, the interim assessment. Again, it's not really an assessment, but this is the kind of stuff that you should be able to know. So I just kind of want to go little by little through it. I want you to pause the video whenever you feel like you need to, I guess. Let me start explaining. What is the area of the rectangle below? So what you have to know for area is area equals the length times the width. So this one's pretty easy. It's 7/8 times 3/5. That's all you have to know for this one. Number 2, look at the equations below and choose true or false for each equation. I made just some little cheat notes for you. Number 2, A, which is this top one, you're going to have to find a common denominator because it's a plus. B, you're going to have to find a common denominator because it's a minus. C, you just multiply straight across. And D, remember to save the first number, flip the second number, and then multiply across and see if you get 6/5. Number 3 is a scaling problem. Scaling, if you remember. So I want you to underline. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to grab my pen. So I wrote to you to underline your target number. Well, our target number is 3/7 in every one of these. And how I know that is because we're talking about less than 3/7, equal than 3/7, and greater than 3/7. So I'm underlining, that's the target. That's the target that we're going to multiply by. And then I said, circle your focus number. So right here is your focus number. And it's 1/10. That's smaller than 1. So I know that number 1 here is going to be in the less than. Let's make this one number 2. This is hard to do with the mouse. Number 3, number 4, 5, and 6. So just put the ones where they need to be there, and that'll help you out. Number 4 is also a scaling. You don't really need to do anything other than, get my mouse back, I'm trying to click over here and it's not working. Number 4 is also scaling. And your target number looks like it's 4/11 because that's what we're comparing it to, greater than or minus than. So 4/11 times something that's greater than 1. 4/11 times something greater than 1 is going to be bigger than 4/11. So does that work? Yes or no? Okay, second sheet. How many pounds of peanuts will each person get if 3 people share 1/5? So basically that's a division. 1/5 divided by 3. And write and solve a division equation. So I just told you what that was, 1/5 divided by 3. And remember, if you think back to the other page, flip, save, and multiply. And then it says write a multiplication equation that explains why your division worked. So that's kind of like that associative property where you just turn it around and write it the other way. Number 6, 2 students painted a mural on canvas. So if they're painting something, that means that it is a flat surface. And in order to find flat surface, we're going to go back to that area equals length times width. So you're going to come up with your square yards there. Now part B is going to throw you for a little bit. You're already going to have the answer up here. And then I'm kind of cheating here by giving you a little bit, but I'm going to tell you that this I would have had to change to improper. So it would be 4/3 times 4/3, which equaled 16/3. But I expect you to put it back into a mixed number when you put it in here. Now that you have 16/3 as your answer, think about 2 other numbers that you can multiply to get 16. Because she said up there, this was a square, and this one down here said it is not a square. So this one's going to be more like a rectangle, like this. So you're not going to have 4/3 times 4/3. You're going to have something else times something else. Okay, those are the easy ones compared to the next problem. Oops, I've got those right in my way. And that's okay. I am going to tell you that I've gotten steps here for you to think about. First, calculate the area of each color that's here in this middle section. Second, I want you to focus on the middle part and what is 3/4 and 1/4 so that you know. So if you've got the whole thing, 24 feet by 10, and we know that length and width. So you have the length, or the width is 10, the length is 24. This is going to be 240 square feet right here. If we know that of that 240 square feet, 3/4 of it is blue and 1/4 of it is green. So figure out what is 1/4 and what is 3/4. Next thing, I want you to focus on your turquoise ends. You've got 2 of them, 10 feet by 18 feet. And I show you right up here, 10 by 18, and you have 2 of them. So how much square footage is that? Again, you'll have to divide it by 40 so that we know how much paint you need. And then on those turquoise ends, whoops, this would be 4th. Let me fix that. 4th, focus on the turquoise ends. How many square feet do you have in all with both turquoise ends? Now take that number and figure out how much green and how much blue, and I gave you a little bit of hint down here. I know these are hard, but this is truly what a performance task is, and that's part of I Learn, so let's just keep practicing them. Right, next screen, yay! Answer key is coming up next. So if you're not ready for it, pause that video. Okay, there's your answer key. I'm going to stretch. It won't let me stretch it. So I guess slide it over a little bit, and I think you'll be able to see it. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that my screen wasn't big enough. There you go. You can see the answers to both of those. And then my last screen is going to be the answer to the paint one. So all of this says, this is how much turquoise you would have came up with. This is how much blue you would have come up with. This is how much green you would have come up with. Then by all of the work that we've done, you should know that you have to buy 8 pints of each, because you can't buy 7.5 pints. You can buy 7 pints, 8 pints, 9 pints, but you can't buy 7.5, so you had to round up. So if you got 8 pints of blue paint and 8 pints of green paint, you know what you're doing. Move that over. This is kind of just a scoring rubric that I thought you might enjoy. You got a perfect score on just the paint section if your response is complete, clearly stated, accurate. You've got organized information, your calculations are correct, your final answer is given in whole numbers, because there you go again, you can't have 7.5. And you labeled with correct units, you would have gotten an A+ on the I Learn. You would have gotten a 3 if you were missing some information. You would have got a 2 if you just didn't have the correct, and 1 if there's lots of mistakes. So again, I just thought it might be fun for you.